Welcome back, grappling fans. That music can mean only one thing. The MCW champion, Mr. Vane, is about to make his way to the ring for the MCW Championship.
A title that he regained earlier in the show, as I recall.
Yes, he did. Yeah, and what a way to reclaim the championship, having your boss, your friend, swipe it from the the previous champion.
It was because he was cheated, and everyone knows he was cheated out of the title of PWA. It was an unsanctioned match.
As opposed to Mr. Vane having outside interference, all sorts of strange stipulations of how he wins matches. No thanks in part to that chap next to him, Tommy Diamond.
Tommy Diamond's never cheated or helped Mr. Vane in any way of retaining his title. Mr. Vane is and will always be the longest reigning MCW champion of all time.
Well, he's reclaimed the MCW Championship, so this is essentially his second reign.
No, it didn't count. It's been wiped off the record books. I did that personally.
Yeah, not at all biased, are you?
But I've got a good feeling of Mr. Vane keeping his title as usual in this match, especially with Tommy Diamond outside.
Well, I semi-agree with you there. I have a bad feeling Mr. Vane's going to keep the championship during this match. And after this match, we'll look at the champion, because we have the guest referee, the Guvnor. We've got Tommy Diamond outside. Yeah, Mr. Vane's beaten Bisto the Butcher on many occasions by himself, to his credit. It's not looking good for Bisto.
It never looks good for Bisto. Mr. Vane's looking slim in this one as well. He's shed a few pounds for this match.
Yeah, because normally that's one of his greatest offensive weapons. Oh, good shot of the guest referee, the Guvnor.
Co-owner of MCW.
Guest referee. Oh, making his way is Bisto the Butcher, the now former MCW champion.
He's not former because he never actually held it.
He won it at PWA.
It was strict from the record books. It didn't count.
Yeah, so it's struck from my memory as well. I didn't say that.
And the cheerleaders are getting behind Bisto again. These cheerleaders seem to favour certain individuals during this show.
Yeah, I think they don't like, miserable people, cheapskates, corrupt bosses, that sort of thing.
So why do they like you then? Because you're miserable.
Yeah, but I'm sat back here, so I'm not trying to win them over.
Well,
but Bisto's surprised that he has won them over.
No, everyone loves a Bisto. Bisto just seems to have one of them things. Oh, Guvnor's on the mic again. Let's listen in.
We've got another treat in store for Bisto.
Of fairness, which I am the fairest man in MCW.
Yeah, I agree.
Shut up!
Yeah, you don't get any fairer.
Tommy Diamond, you can go back to the dressing room.
Oh, that's unfair.
Out of it!
I'm sure Guvnor's got a plan up his sleeve. He's not got sleeves, but I'm sure he's got a plan there.
You was going to say arm then, weren't you?
I was.
Good. Yeah, he's surprised that Guvnor would send Tommy Diamond back. So I thought you want everything against the favour of Bisto the Butcher.
There's no favour for Bisto the Butcher. Where's Bisto off to?
Oh, it's a surprise.
Mr. Vane's noticed.
Well, I think Mr. Vane normally protests for Tommy Diamond to be rejected from ringside, but I think he's confident. He's got Guvnor on his side, and like I say, he and Bisto have had a lot of confrontations. Bisto's won some, Mr. Vane's won some. So Mr. Vane doesn't need Tommy Diamond. I don't think he needs Guvnor there, but
I don't know what you're getting at. Guvnor's, he's fair, he's impartial. He's going to call this right down the middle.
If you believe that, we've got some magic beans to sell you.
How much? There's that stupid Bisto the Butcher with his boo-yaring. I don't know why he does that.
Pre-match ritual, he gets the fans going.
Fans.
Bisto has won matches thanks to getting the fans on his side.
Bisto don't win matches, he cheats his way. He bites, he scratches, he pulls hair.
Yeah, whereas Mr. Vane's not a cheap shot artist then.
He's clean shaven, blue eye.
Oh, well, I think Bisto was offering a weapon to Mr. Vane. Mr. Vane not having any part of it, and what's going off here?
Ow! That looked like it hurt.
Oh, it did. Mr. Vane's just stood there taking it, you know. You see that he was appealing to guest referee the Guvnor, and now he's hiding behind a baking tray. I don't think Gov could care in the slightest. Hold something against Bisto, he's going to hit it with something else. Oh,
Guvnor trying oh, that was a good hit. Mr. Vane was trying to hide behind Guvnor, but I think he was just leading Bisto into a false sense of security.
Well, it worked. Oh. Oh, there's no DQ in this match, so in regular matches, Mr. Vane has. Ow!
That looked fair. Fair play.
Fair.
That other tray only accidentally landed there as Guvnor tripped, so. And Mr. Vane tripped a little there.
But you don't have to justify this. There's no disqualification.
But Mr. Vane wouldn't just randomly toe someone in the proverbial plums.
Mr. Vane strolls on everyone's genitalia in a standard match. Oh, there we see the. Well, I suppose you could call it the concerto, but with baking trays. Concerto, very good. I like that.
So what only was Bisto.
Oh, here we go. Casual lateral press, a very fast count.
That was a fair count.
That was warp factor 1.
That was fair. That was impartial refereeing. You'll watch when Bisto, if Bisto gets an opportunity to go for a pin himself, the count will be exactly the same.
Well, Mr. Vane, you're bludgeoning it. Hang on, Guvnor taking a swipe. This isn't right.
That he didn't. He was. See, he's hitting everyone. Guvnor's being fair.
Yeah, everyone gets a special share of.
And see, Mr. Vane slapped the ref with it. It's fair.
Yeah, it's all special high-intensity training.
Mr. Vane having mid-match snacks.
What is that? That's a bag of nachos. Fans rallying behind Bisto. Bisto with a head of steam.
Trying to suffocate Mr. Vane with a bag.
There's no disqualification out.
Needs to be. He could have took his head off with that.
A bag of nachos. Well, Mr. Vane, the veteran that he is, very wise move, bails out of the ring.
I think he might have got a bit of indigestion where he was eating them nachos.
Yeah. Well, you're not really supposed to eat before a match, let alone during a match. Well, Bisto measuring Mr. Vane, and now he's essentially cleaning him up. Shot there, and oh dear.
What is he going for here?
I think he's going for 2 points.
Oh, 4!
I think I saw a walnut, or something that looked like a walnut, come out the mouth of Mr. Vane.
Pretty sure it weren't a walnut.
Well, Bisto in control, which is a surprise. Oh, the bell rings, okay. Oh, that's a nice drop kick, and
took Mr. Vane off his feet. Here we go.
A lateral press, and yeah.
Come on, that was a fast count. Mr. Vane nearly.
If it was any slower, it'd be going backwards.
That was a fast count.
For Guvnor, maybe.
What is it with you and Bisto the Butcher? Have you got like relations with him or something?
Well, yeah, my wife did say I've got a lot in common with him. I don't know what she meant by that.
Mr. Vane threw a weird container of stuff at Bisto then. Ow! Go on, hit him again! Hit him again!
You know, the surprise in this match is, to say Sir Bisto's rules to keep it in the kitchen match, Mr. Vane is utilising the weapons a lot more than Bisto is. This is actually fairly clean for a Bisto match.
What's the Guvnor eating now?
It's a bag of Skittles, I think. A bag of, some sort of. Well, he likes them. Mr. Vane with giving the Darth Maul treatment to Bisto the Butcher, again utilising the weapons.
Well, the way he's bringing down them broom handles like axe handles, you can see that he used to favour a certain face-painted tag team.
Well, Bisto kicking out. Didn't make 2 then. Bisto and the Guvnor surprised he didn't go for a pin there. But now Bisto having a snack.
He just got spatulaed on the head.
Yeah, disciplined by the Guvnor. the impartial referee, and Mr. Vane head of steam and dropping the... I never thought I'd say this.
Dustpan?
Yeah, dropping the dustpan along the head of Bisto the Butcher, and now merrily hacking away with a baking tray.
Makes a good noise.
To be fair, it does. I don't think I've seen Mr. Vane use an actual wrestling move.
He did that elbow drop with the dustpan.
Oh yeah, I mean that's wrestling science at its fact. Oh,
now Mr. Vane's going to have a snack, is he?
That's a bag of Skittles. What's he going to do here? It's traits of a certain hardcore wrestler. The fans rallying behind Bisto, and there you see, it's working in the favour of Bisto the Butcher.
Mr. Vane was just about
I think he intended to plant them. Mr. Vane planted in the Skittles or M&Ms, wherever they are, and Bisto's force feeding him.
I'm watching it. Come on, Mr. Vane, get up.
Guvnor couldn't care less by the looks of it. I believe we're going to see
for a Pattington wavy gravy.
It's the wavy gravy. Bisto with the forearm smash and the Skittle fountain.
Yeah,
and the champion. And slow count. Look at this.
Why are you always so obsessed with the way the Guvnor is officiating this to top quality standard?
Yeah.
What? Why is Bisto picking Mr. Vane up by his nose?
What? Is that illegal? That's against the rules. Oh, there's a European uppercut.
Yeah, that looked painful.
Yeah, I think he caught him good with that one. The leg drop, he calls it the chicken leg.
And a Bisto Rooney.
Yep, that's a Bisto Rooney and a lateral press, and Guvnor taking his time, and in his hand had Mr. Vane something.
That was already in Mr. Vane's hand.
And he definitely didn't hit Bisto on the head with it.
I'm sure Guvnor just pointed out that was his lunch.
Alright, so MCW champion taking control by hitting Bisto with Guvnor's lunch.
Well, this is going to hurt the back of Bisto's head.
He just hit himself with a glove.
Did that just ping back into Mr. Vane's face?
It did. The chicken impression head drop.
It's not an impression if you're already a chicken.
I'll see.
Look up.
Well, Bisto's giving the sign. He's got something in his hand. I don't know what that is. It looks like pasta or cat intestines.
Looks like he's opening up a can of worms.
And it...
Oh, there's no need for that. There's no need for that. That is just...
Whoa!
Good catch.
The pasta shot to the face, and that was a very good catch from Mr. Vane. He's getting back into this. And now he's going for the pasta choke.
He's going to pasta out in a minute.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Well, it's completely legal in this abomination.
Guvnor looks like he's leaving.
Well, I think Guvnor's going shopping. I mean, it's not as if there's enough things in the ring, but Guvnor's got a chair, which is actually quite tame for this match. Mr. Vane with the broom handle shot and jabbed it into the ribs of Bisto the Butcher. And yeah, this is great officiating. He's dragged in a chair, he's handed it to the champion.
He didn't hand it to him. Mr. Vane is just using his initiative.
Watching?
He's using his initiative, picking it up. Look, Guvnor's helping Bisto back to his feet.
Yeah, don't worry for the Samaritans, will you? Well, I think we're going to see the end of the match, and Bisto ducks and... a high impact chair shot to the special guest referee.
That's not going to pay out too well for
yeah, I
Mr.
think that's
Vane
gonna, yeah, I think that's going to drop Mr. Vane in Guvnor's
Bisto up on the ropes.
Bisto with the pork chop. Chair to the face. He's rolling all over the Skittles, and we have lateral president, and the referee's in the ring. Shannon's in the ring.
What's Shannon doing there?
2, 3.
Oh, come on. The Guvnor's the referee in this match.
Yeah, the official broke the rules of the official non-biased referee. Bisto has just won the MCW Championship.
Bisto's cheated yet again. Mr. Vane
in a
non-disqualification
match.
Mr. Vane should still be the champion. This match meant a lot to Mr. Vane's not allowed another title match with Bisto the Butcher now.
Oh, I'm sure they'll have some sort of cunning plan, you know, to counteract this one. But for the time being, Bisto the Butcher has won the MCW Championship. The plans of Guvnor has once again been foiled. Let's take a look at the replay.
Bisto the Butcher whipping Mr. Vane off the ropes.
Good elevation on the drop kick.
And a well-placed boot by Mr. Vane there.
Ouch! Here you see the wavy gravy.
Yeah, Mr. Vane isn't fond of this move. He's took it way too many times.
I think it's because Mr. Vane tried practicing that move himself. What would he call it?
He would call it perfection.
But there you see, taste the rainbow, skittles everywhere. This is Mr. Vane's offensive. This is the move he likes to call bludgeoning Bisto with a pair of broom handles.
Well, this is hard hitting by Mr. Vane. If you want to see other hard hitting Mr. Vane stuff, not like this chair shot, check out the Hooligan Factory in most video stores.
Wow. Now that were a chair shot.
And
the decider of the match, the pork chop sending the chair into Mr. Vane's face.
how many times did that chair hit Mr. Vane on the way down?